Hello everybody. I can't see you, hopefully you can see me, but I'm Amanda. I'm from Ceredigion Museum, and today I'm going to go through a process of stenciling onto fabric. So I've got some things here. We're going to use the paint a bit later. I've got a few things here that I've gathered together. Hopefully you can get these things together at home, and you could do alongside me if you want to, or you can play this recording back again a bit later when you've got a bit more time, or when you've got your things that you need together. So I've got here some paper. I'm going to need some paper. Some paper here. It's good for drawing on and doing a few ideas, designs, but also I've made a template here for fabric, which I will go through cutting out the fabric with you in a minute. I've got a kitchen sponge, which is what we're going to be using for the stenciling. I've got some scissors, I've got some card here, old cereal box. Also got some thin card. There's a chopping board here, which if you use a knife that will be useful, but you might not need that. I've also got a very sharp knife here that for a bit more advanced, but you're going to need help with that. You will need help. That's more of an adult activity really, but because they are very sharp, but just in case you want to get a bit more involved. So I am going to, first of all, I'm going to tell you about what this is for. So there is a reason that I want you to make a piece that is 14 centimeters square, and that is because the museum are making a quilt. We're going to have an exhibition when we reopen about quilts, and we're going to make 2 quilts especially for this exhibition. One of them is a digital quilt, which someone else will tell you more about because I don't know much about that. But this one is for the real physical quilt made from fabric, and we want people from all over Ceredigion to send us a square of fabric decorated however they want, with something on it that means something to them about this strange time, this something that's personal about the pandemic. So I was having a think about what I will put on my square, but I'll share that with you a bit later. So when we've gathered all the bits of fabric, then we're going to sew them all together into a quilt and have it on display in the museum. So it's very important that your piece that you make is 14 centimeters square. That's if you want to send it to us, of course. In fact, what I recommend is if you make several pieces that are 14 centimeters square, then you can keep some yourself, and then you can send one to us, which would be lovely. So first of all, we will cut the fabric up, and while I'm cutting the fabric, I'm going to maybe tell you a bit about what my ideas for my square. So I've got here, what we want is just some thin cotton fabric, and I've got here an old shirt, and I'm just going to put this on the table, and I've got my template here, which I did measure very carefully and then cut out. So you can see here that I've measured 14 centimeters by 14 centimeters. This means that when you've decorated it and sent it to us, we've got a little edge here which will be where we can sew it. So that's all included in the 14 centimeters. So this is what we want you to send us. So now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put that on the fabric like that and just cut out, actually even better, if you just do a little pencil mark round there like that. In fact, I'm going to cut 3 out here. Like that. And then we'll just fit one more in here. It's quite thin, this fabric, but this will be fine. You could use a bit of calico, would be perfect. I've got some heavier fabric there as well, which is cotton fabric. Whatever you've got around, really. If you've got an old pillowcase, or like this is an old shirt. I do like the sound of the scissors cutting through the fabric. You want to be quite accurate with this. It is very important actually that it's 14 centimeters. If it's a bit wobbly, that can mean we might have problems with sewing it afterwards. So you might need a bit of help with this. So you might need to ask an adult to help you. So I've got 3 squares of fabric. We don't need that at the moment. Now, this isn't very big. So what I want you to think about is how you're going to create a design on this that is really quite small. And what I'm going to do, in fact, to make it a little stiffer, is I'm gonna tape it to the paper, to just a piece of paper, any old piece of paper really, but this will just mean that it's a bit easier to work on. Also, you could use sellotape. Because I've got masking tape here, but you could use sellotape. Also, it means that when you've done if you just quite carefully tape the edges, you've got a nice little sort of ½ centimetre rim around your square, which is just perfect for a sewing guide. Don't worry, you won't have to sew it. No sewing involved in this. You just have to send us the piece, and then we do all that. So I've got a square there taped onto the paper. Now, my idea for my COVID artwork. Well, at the beginning of lockdown, we were all thinking, oh, we need to grow vegetables in the garden, including me. I was thinking I need to grow some vegetables in the garden. So I got some runner beans. I got some lovely seeds like this. These are actually from the beans. And then planted these. And just like Jack's beanstalk, they grew frantically, 6 feet, 8 feet high. And I've forgotten to bring some beans in and some leaves, but never mind. I've got one leaf that's a bit wilty and not very big. But so I got these lots and lots of beans, and they had lovely red flowers on. They look wonderful. Not only that, but for the last 3 months, I've been eating beans nearly every day. I love runner beans, so it's just as well, really. But I have pounds of beans every week, so they've done me very, very well, the beans. So I thought it would be really good to represent my runner beans on the piece of fabric. So I've got some paper here, and I'm just gonna, I should have brought in a bean, but you know, but I haven't done. But the shapes of the leaves, now bearing in mind, of course, that it's quite a small, so we've got to scale this down a bit. My beans were very big. So I'm going to do some sort of leaf shapes. Sort of quite like, and then maybe with a little bit in here. I'll do a, we can draw this. I've got a piece of card here. You can use cereal box, but I've got some card here. In fact, what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut quite a large, I'm going to cut this in 4, because what we need is quite a big edge. Right, so I'm going to transfer this onto a piece of card here. Just a sort of a very simple shape. I do recommend a very simple shape there. And I'm going to cut this out. So, good tip for cutting out: stab your pencil through the card, then you can get your scissors in like that, and then just carefully cut around the edge. Now just cutting that like there. So thing with all stencils is you need the whole thing to be in one piece. So you can't have floating bits. If you accidentally cut a bit off, it's not a problem. You just stick it back on again with a bit of tape. It's fine. So I've got here the stencil. Now we're just going to crack straight on with this, just so that you can see what happens, because actually it's good to kind of leave a bit of time for it to dry. I've got here some paint. I've just was thinking about some, it's an old ice cream lid, which is perfect as a palette, and I'm just going to mix these a little bit so you can just see, just to make a sort of runner beanie green sort of leaf colour. I think that will be okay for us. I'm using acrylic paint here. Hopefully you've got yours in. If you've got acrylic paint, often it comes in tubes. This is just acrylic paint, but it's often the tube stuff is much easier to get out than those jars. So we've got some acrylic paint, and I am just going to cut this sponge, because I don't need this whole sponge here. I'm just going to cut a piece of the sponge. That'll be fine. And then dab a bit like that. Don't want too much on there. It's not too wet. Can you see how that's, it's quite absorbed into the sponge, but there's plenty on there. And then you've got your stencil. You put your stencil down, and then just dab it quite lightly on the fabric, and then lift it up, and you've got a little print. And then, because there were lots of leaves on my runner beans, so in fact I might get a bit of newspaper just to block that a little bit. Always handy having some newspaper around, so just so that it's not really wet. And then I'm gonna just do a few of these, I'm going to do another leaf up here. And then another one. You could do lots of these, because just as is the nature of runner bean vine. So I'm going to wait, I'm going to leave that to dry a little bit, but I'm going to add another element. Of course, a runner bean plant wouldn't be finished or complete in any way until it had the runner beans on it. So I'm just going to do a runner bean. So I think don't want it too big, because obviously that's the size of the leaves. It's a few knobbly bits for the beans inside the pod. And again, stab the paper, the card, and then you can get your scissors in. So snip around the shape like that. You can do this with a knife if you've got someone to help. You could do this with a knife, but to be honest, the scissors are just as good. If you've got a more delicate shape, you might want to use or get some help to do this with a knife, and that's what the board is for. So I'm just getting those scissors around the pencil shape there. Just trim that bit off there. I think that will do as a runner bean shape. So the runner beans, so that they stand out, I'm going to do them different colour. In fact, I'll tell you what I'm going to do next. I'm going to make another runner bean, but going the other, just slightly different, just so a bit of variety of shapes. So I'm just going to cut another bean out here. There we are. Now, I'm going to mix up this lighter green. I'm going to just put some more yellow in this, so that it's just a different colour green, so that it will stand out against the leaves. Nice gloopy stuff, acrylic paint. It's all. If I should have said earlier, actually, this quilt that we're making for the museum, we're not going to wash it, so it doesn't have to be really washable. If you want to make one at home that you can wash, then you will need to use some fabric paint rather than acrylic paint. But that, if you've got some, great, you know. But you can make just as good a pattern with the acrylic paint, which for what we want is absolutely fine. So I'm going to cut another bit of sponge here for my lighter green. And then this is just slightly dried, so I'm going to a bit like that. So can you see what I'm doing? All right, So I'm just dabbing it quite gently. Let's do this one as well. This goes the other way. There we are. So I'm hanging down from the top. And then I think I might do a few more leaves on this as well. Do another one here. Let's put a few more leaves on here. Might change the colour a bit actually as well, so that I've got a bit more variation. Let's put one here. If I get a bit of blue, I can just make this a slightly different colour. I'm going to be just going to dab that in, get a bit of blue. Makes it actually look a bit more shade. It looks a bit more of a shady kind of green. Let's try this. Put one here. Now, what you've got to watch is you're getting too mucky on the bottom, so just keep an eye on that. Or and again, another good thing to do is to blot it with a bit of newspaper, just to take off the extra wetness. Okay, now let's just do, I'm just going to do another one of these, and then I've got one final idea for the finish bit. Just have a look at it and then see, maybe I'll put a little bit on the edge there. Just have a look and see where you think it could do with a bit more. Okay, so we're getting the idea now of the sort of lots of leaves with some beans, lots of beans hanging down. So final little touch. Now, as I mentioned earlier, runner beans have amazing bright red flowers. So I'm just going to get another little bit of sponge, because this is just the right shape. I'm not going to make a stencil for this. I'm going to need a bit more space for my paint. I'm going to make a red colour. I need something to stick in there. I'm going to get a bit of red. I'm actually going to make this a little bit more orange, because I think that's a bit too red. So you can spend ages mixing your colours just to get the right one, or you can do them straight out of the pot, whatever you like. So another little bit of sponge. Got a bit of sponge here. Oh no, not that one. This is actually natural sponge, but it's a bit of a random shape. But I'm just going to do a little dab on the thing, and just do a few little dabs for the red flowers that you get characteristically on a runner bean plant. So there we are. That's my... What you do now is wait for this to dry, but just as you're here, I'll just take this off. So I'm going to unpeel the tape like that. But it's very smudgy if when it's wet. I want to be a bit careful with not smudging it, so better to wait really till it's dry. But there we are, look. Now there's a 14cm square piece of fabric with a runner bean pattern on it. So there, have a go, see what you come up with, and please send us in a